This is the TVP 5051, a Tier 10 Czechoslovakian autoloading tech tree medium, a vehicle that in Update 10.3 got nerfed quite harshly. The damage per minute stayed the same, but the dumping time got quite a bit worse. It normally would have dealt 1240 damage in 4.5 seconds, but after 10.3, it deals the 1200 damage now at 5.6 seconds. So it's about a second nerf on the dumping time, but it got shorter on the overall reload by about 2 seconds, so the DPM stayed the same in total. The vehicle also lost 40 damage in the whole clip. It's not really noticeable, to be honest, but when it comes to the dumping time, that obviously is going to affect the vehicle. The other nerf that was done to the tank is the accuracy. I'm now running Refined Gun on the tank, because if you're not, its dispersion is actually pretty dookie. This is not good, because when you're trying to shoot at vehicles at a decent distance, especially when all of your shots need to pen to count, yeah, it can get quite frustrating. In today's video, we are going to be exploring the topic of, is the TVP still a good vehicle? If we make our way over to Blitz Analysis, this is the go-to website for statistics on how vehicles are performing in updates, we can see that the top 20 performing vehicles by 65%ers, and wow, well, we can see that all the vehicles obviously on top of the graph are the best performers. So the IS-7 makes sense, it's the #1 performing heavy for 65%ers. I mean, the vehicle's absolutely busted, and we make our way down the list. Yeah, all these vehicles make sense. But then we make our way to the opposite. These are the worst performing vehicles for 65%ers. We have the Jagdpanzer. Okay, this is understandable. It's a large vehicle, very poor in terms of, teams that don't work well. The Batchat, okay, I don't fully understand that one, but I guess I can see why. The Sheridan, that one's a little weird for me too. And then we have the TVP next to the Object 140 and Leopard 1. That's really sad. I mean, I'm just baffled on how the 140 and the Leopard 1, two of the worst performing tier 10s in terms of the medium class, is almost the same in terms of win rate as the TVP. On average, if you're a 65%er, at least on this graph, you're going to be going about 50 or 65% in the TVP, which is pretty surprising. Now, if you go down to like 55 to 65% players, the TVP doesn't even make the list. We can see that here. It's not even in the top 20 performing vehicles anymore. So essentially what that means is that the TVP 5051 is no longer one of the best performers. It's not even close. Now, my reasoning to why this is most likely the case is not necessarily because of the nerf. I think it's more the fact that when it got nerfed, people stopped driving the tank. The TVP was the second most played tank in Tier 10, right behind the FE2 and 5B 183. And we saw this exact same scenario happen with the Sheridan. When the Sheridan had missiles, it was the most played tank right next to the 183. After the vehicle got nerfed and the missiles were removed, the vehicle has never, ever even made it close to the top of the charts anymore. And that is the exact same situation that I believe to be with the TVP. While the vehicle is still incredibly capable, it's the fact that all the good players that were driving it saw it got nerfed and said, nah, I don't want to play it anymore. It's not a good tank, even though it still is. That's how I see the TVP. Now, that's really good for me, because it means I can drive this tank. Nobody's going to really care about it anymore, and I don't feel bad for driving it because people don't consider it to be that strong. Now, we have a Leopard, which is good, but unfortunately our Leopard is not going towards medium side. So, yeah, that's really unfortunate. I'm just going to push to mid. We're going to see if we can spot anybody. They have a 183 who we have been able to detect. There you go, 1 shell into the 183, 2 shells into the 183. I mean, that right there is still a great example of the damage output this vehicle does have. That was 600 HP be ripped off of that 183 before the player even had the opportunity to do anything against us. Now, we are in a tricky situation here. We do need to get some damage out into these players. Our Foch is getting YOLO'd, which is really just not good, like, for anybody. And he's definitely dead, so I'm going to back up, like, now. We do have the Leopard off to the side. Let's aim it on that Leopard. There you go. 1 shell. Let's track him. 2 shells. 3 shells. And 4. There you go. We just took 1,200 off that Leopard. Nobody can sit here and tell me that that's fair and balanced. I mean, it's not. That's still busted damage numbers. Don't get me wrong. The vehicle definitely got nerfed. But again, Oh, no, you don't, 183. Okay, well, we got the Progetto over here. This is obviously a bit of a threat, but not nearly as big of a threat as the FE2 and 5B 183. We got 1 shell into the Prog, 2 shells into the Prog, and dead. Yeah, that player obviously did not stand much of a chance. Let's aim in a shell onto the enemy T-22. And now we have to reload. Thankfully, the Leopard is a one-shot, and while the T-22 is going to bleed my teammate, all we need to do is reload for about 10 seconds, and we'll have our clip ready once again. Our 60 is making a very sussler move, though, because that 183 is in the back, but it looks like the 183 did indeed move. Alright, well, let's reload here, and chunk. Oh, unfortunate, but that's all good. We got a second shell for you, and another shell for you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Anybody that believes that TVP is, like, not as strong as it used to be is just incorrect. I mean, the amount of damage we were able to get out easily this game without even breaking a sweat is still really, really dumb. We're going to reload here. We got 4 more seconds left on our clip. We're going to give the 183 a good little ram for 340, and then, unfortunately, we weren't able to get that final shell out, but I don't think it really mattered. We did a pretty solid chunk of damage. How much? I would guess maybe 3,500, maybe a bit more. Let's see. Yep, 3,572. And that was, I mean, literally the easiest chunk of damage ever. We absolutely crapped on that Leopard, bringing him down 1,300 health in the 5 shots we hit him with. We deleted the Progetto very fast, the 183. I mean, just about everybody on the enemy team we pretty easily ripped apart, which is, again, just a little stupid. Well, here we are, second game, and we arrive on Mines. Probably one of the worst maps to play a TVP on. We have an FE4202, and that's it for mobility. I mean, the 4202 is actually a really good way to counter the TVP, because it does have the Hesh, and you can butter through a very large portion of this vehicle with the Hesh. So we will have to keep that in mind. We are going to chill right here. We're going to see if that 4202 tries to drive up the hill. Just give it a couple more seconds. I would expect the 4202 to be here at this moment. We got the Kron spotted off to the other side. I'm going to wait for my Object 260 to poke. Or not. Alright, well, let's move up. Very slightly, very slightly. Hello? Anybody here? Interesting. That means they're in... Oh, no! Oh. What? What? Okay, wait a sec. Wait a sec. I'm just going to back up, and I'm going to aim it on the 4202. There's 1, 2... I'm not able to get any more out, but at the same time, I don't know where their Hori or 263 are, so I'm not going to make any over-aggressions. Sure, might lose out on a little bit of damage, but at the end of the day, it's always smart to play passive and patient rather than bleed all of your health for no reason. Let's see if we can spot the tank destroyers. Let's see. Any TDs over here? Hello? Oh, there you go. We got the enemy Hori, and 1 shell into the Hori, 2 shells into the Hori, 3 shells into the Hori. We're not able to get the 4th out, but, yeah, I think we crippled him. He bounced. I don't even know where the Hori did bounce us, but we got a bounce, and I'm not going to complain. That's literally just free block damage. So, let's reload again. We got 8 more seconds left. That VK-90's making quite an aggressive maneuver. And that's going to be a bit sus, because if that VK-90 does what I want him to, which is drive up aggressive here. Come on, do it. Come on. Ooh, he's close. He's very, very close. Oh, maybe if the VK backs up as well. I mean, we got the 263 off to the side. There's 1, 2, 3, and bye-bye. This is so dumb. I'm sorry. Just, it's so dumb. I don't get it. We literally just deleted that poor player. I'm just hoping that the VK-90 gets up to this building here and tries side-scraping, because if he does, I'm easily going to be able to rip him apart. Like, that's my hopes right now. Come on, go up. Yes. Yes. There we go. All right, there's 1 shell into the VK-90. Come on. You're going to have to back up, because if you don't, you're going to get absolutely crapped on. There's 2, 3, 4. Wow. That was another just monstrous clip into his vehicle. Somehow our T-30 managed to die. Honestly, pretty disappointing. And our team is not doing good. Let's be real. Like, this team is, they're falling apart very, very fast, which is not what you want. Let's push over here. Let's see if we're spotted by that Hori. Alright, we're not. I'm just going to push up behind them. We're going to see if we can get some damage out. Keep on going, keep on going. Okay, okay. Let's see, we got the Kron off to the side. I'm not going to worry about the Kron yet. I'm going to try and get this Hori cleared. I don't know where the Hori went, though. Interesting. Alright, well, there's 1 shell, 2 shells, 3 shells, 4 shells. Yep, 1,200 damage again. Oh, the Hori's dead. Oh. I don't even know what I was worried about then. Oh. Okay. Well, I was worried about something that literally didn't exist. I don't know why. I guess I did never notice the Hori died. Alright, let's reload again. Let's actually knock down this tree. Sit right here so we're hopefully not spotted. And let's go for the yo. There you go. 1 shot. 2 shots. 3 shots. And 4. Ah, we didn't get the 4th out. But that's fine. The Kron's probably going to shoot me once. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Well, we're fine. Somehow they all just managed to bounce me. We would have been fine either way. I mean, even if I had died, we weren't going to lose this. This is a pretty easy win. I just think it's funny that they all bounced me as it is. Let's reload. We got 2 more seconds left on our clip, and I think that this game alone pretty much solidifies my viewpoint that this vehicle is still absolutely busted as always. I mean, the fact that I can just absolutely dump on something like this Kron before he's even able to get his next shell out is a little stupid. We did 6,000 damage in this game, which is a little stinky, and I would expect this to be an ace, judging that not as many people are playing the tank. Let's take a look. 6,147, we blocked 1,300, killed 3 people, and yes, that was indeed an ace. I don't know what to say. Anybody in the comments that is going to take, actually, Drew knows the TVP is not good anymore. What's your argument? I mean, what is your argument? The DPM is exactly the same. The only thing that changed was the dumping time. And I did not notice a problem at all with the dumping time. We took 1,180 off the VK90 in a short span of 5.5 seconds. Then we took 900 off the Hori in 3 seconds. We absolutely crapped on the 263. We literally everybody on the enemy team we just crapped on. We took 1,800 off the Kron. I mean, the TVP is and will always be busted if it keeps the intraclip the way it is. Now, I'm not going to complain. I think the vehicle is more balanced now than it ever has been. But if you equip the tank properly like I have, running refined gun giving you actually good accuracy, if you play the tank properly, it is still absolutely insane. My belief, as I said before, is that a lot of the skilled players that were driving this vehicle saw the nerf and said it's no longer a viable tank, which is very far from the truth. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.